Unfortunately, I assumed Cameron Brink was done for the season after I saw her injury was a non-contact one. Generally, that's never good news. She's diagnosed with a torn ACL, and an outpouring of support comes Brink's way, rightfully so, from the basketball community, from the WNBA community as well. Dawn Staley said something. Magic Johnson, of course, Lakers legend, said something. Angel Reese posted something on her Instagram story wishing her health. And Caitlin Clark, of course, was asked about it at media availability for the Indiana Fever before they played the Washington Mystics. And this is what Cece had to say about her fellow rookie.
Obviously devastating. You don't want to see anybody deal with any sort of injury, obviously an injury of that magnitude. So I know she's the type of person that'll, be able to get through it and come out through it stronger. But yeah, I mean, it just breaks your heart. She's such a good basketball player, but an even better person. And obviously knowing her and her being one of my friends and kind of going through this process together from when we were 17 years old, like we were roommates on the road in Thailand, and then getting to share like draft weekend together or, award shows our junior year of college. And then, she was obviously having a great start to her rookie season and then seeing, obviously something so devastating like this. But, I know she'll come back stronger, and I know so many people are thinking of her and praying for her. And I'm sure she's overwhelmed by the support right now, and she definitely deserves it. So knowing the type of person she is, this will only make her better in the long run.
Go Brad on the right.
You forget about the history that some of these players would have. And when Caitlin says Thailand there, she's referring to the under-19 World Cup team that took place there. And obviously they had interactions respectively at Stanford and Iowa. Caitlin Clark wasn't the only one who said something either. Christy Sides, the head coach of the Fever, had something to say. After the questions were done, she sat back down for a quick show of support as well. This is what Indy's coach said.
The LA team with Kurt and his team, with what happened with Cameron Brink, that's just really sad, and hope the best for her.
And that's been the general theme, as it should be. I mean, there's no other takeaway other than that you hope she is okay. There is, some things I think about when you see injuries like that. Now, some of that is just random and, freak injuries that are going to happen regardless. But these women have also had a crazy turnaround where they're playing, into the college season. The further they go into the college season, the shorter the turnaround. You go from the college season to the WNBA draft, and then from the WNBA draft right to playing right away. And that happens like this, right? And not only playing like a couple of games, having played double-digit games. So there's a possibility that could just take a toll on the body. It's why some had hoped that, there would be a rest for Clark here with the Olympics coming up. Now, Brink, you just hope she comes back 100%, and she should. I mean, these injuries are devastating, as Caitlin said, but not insurmountable. And this is what Brink herself posted on her Instagram. You never think it will happen to you, and despite all the hard work, sometimes it does. This is hard to fathom, but I know it will only make me stronger. I will not be derailed, and I will continue to love this life. I'm not defined by basketball, but it is something that I love deeply, and I will work every day to get back to it. It's not goodbye basketball. It's just a see you later. I'm always so thankful for your thoughts and prayers. Delayed, not denied. Denying is something that Brink has done a lot in her rookie season. I mean, she was, I think, third in the league in block shots. Very effective as a shot blocker thus far, and has that height. She's got good court vision, obviously promises a scorer and a good shooting stroke as well. So there's a lot of potential. She hadn't been very consistent yet on the offensive end. And this is an opportunity. Unfortunately, it's an opportunity for Rickea Jackson, the other rookie in LA, to get more touches and to really put herself on the map, because Jackson has proven to be a scorer. She started coming off the bench. Then they started giving her starter minutes, and she's really thrived since that's happened. She's been efficient, and she'll get more of a responsibility there in LA now with this injury, of course, which is just a bummer. Just a bummer. Hamby has played, like a monster for the Sparks all season, but it's not relative the same, talking about the rookies like I just was. And one place some people will take this is the Olympics 3-on-3 team. Brink was selected for that. And it sucks because she was so happy when she made that team. It was like a big moment. They announced it to her. She was emotional, in tears at that moment when it went down. So it's a bummer for her that that's not going to happen. You can see the emotion right there. Obviously, they'll have to substitute for her on that squad. There's no way she's going to be participating. You'll get people talking about Clark in that role because of Clark's fame and because of the whole Olympic story and because of what it would mean for the hype and all that. I mean, they'd have to put the 3-on-3 games in prime time. I think that is very unlikely, considering that wasn't what Clark was angling for in the lead up to the Olympics, and because Brink is a forward and Clark is a guard. So I'm sure you'll see lots of different lists of who could be the substitute for Brink on that team. Maybe Aaliyah Boston will be a name that's mentioned. Obviously, a teammate of Caitlin Clark. I'm sure there will be several names talked about. But, I mean, first things first is you could see the one, like how universally liked Brink seems to be. And I'm not just talking about from fans, but from her peers in the league. That must say something about her, the way that the other women respect her and felt the way they did about this news when it came down. And then, of course, you've gotten a lot of new fans, I think, who came in with this rookie class, and one of the big names from the rookie class is now done for the year and off the board, unfortunately. It was a tough sight seeing her carried off the court. Once she had to be carried off the court, and once I saw it wasn't the actual contact of the play, I knew it was kind of just a matter of time before it was announced to be some sort of injury, because it had to have been instability in the knee, some sort of long-term injury. But yeah, it means the end of her season, and it means the end of her participation in the 3-on-3 in the Olympics, but it doesn't mean the end of her career.